Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another tier list video. This time we are going to be ranking every LEGO Star Wars set from 2006. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more. I'm trying to pass the American Fork Police Department in subscribers. I'm really close to that 500 mark, so if you guys could get me there, that's a pretty big milestone, and I would appreciate it. So for 2006 here, this is a pretty special year for me because this is the first year that I really got into Lego Star Wars. Was around 2006 to 2007. I don't remember exactly which year I started collecting, but I know I have some 2006 sets, so I assume it was around that time. I know I got my first Lego set when I was 4 years old, which would have been 2006. But as far as my first Star Wars set, I have a few of these sets from 2006, but I don't know if I got them in 2006 or 2007. But first set here, a few of these sets I have gotten, but just they're in pieces. I believe these first two sets here, the Y-Wing and the TIE Interceptor, I did own as a kid and are in pieces. And then the X-Wing here, I also own, but it is actually still together, surprisingly. But the first set we have here is the Y-Wing. Sorry, the V-Wing. Why was I calling it a Y-Wing? Um, the V-Wing here is probably a B tier set. I believe it was like $10 at the time, which is actually a really good deal for what you get. This today would probably be like $20, $25. And you get the pilot, the clone pilot, you get an actually pretty nice V-Wing build. And overall, I just think it's a really good set for $10. Like, if you look at what we get now for $10, it's like a tiny little speeder. So, pretty nice set. The next set is the TIE Interceptor here, which if you've watched some of my other videos, I'm not a fan of the blue TIE Fighters. And I actually fact checked this before this video, so you know me, don't usually fact check stuff before I say it. But this is the last blue TIE Fighter with the exception of the TIE Crawler. This was the last real TIE Fighter set. Like the TIE Crawler is not like a real in-universe ship. So they finally switched away from it. I think this is probably the best looking blue one, which makes sense. It's the latest one. And I think it's gonna go. I think I'm gonna throw it C tier for now. We'll leave it there. And like I said, I think it's the best looking one. Still not the biggest fan of it. Next set we have is the A wing here, which I actually think looks pretty solid. I think I'll throw it B tier with that V wing. And I just think for the time it looks really nice. Like obviously the ones we get now are a lot better looking, but for the time it gets the shaping completely down. Overall looks pretty nice and pairs very well with the next set here, the B-Wing, which I think I'm going to throw in A tier. This and the next set here, the Slave 1, are both really nostalgic for me because they had like a commercial together that I always used to see. It has like, I think it's Boba Fett, Dengar, and IG-88, if I remember correctly, like walking through a hallway, and then I think the Slave 1 and the B-Wing like fight each other. It's a pretty cool commercial. And this set I did always really want. I never got it. I got the 2014 one, but this is a set that holds a special place in my heart, and maybe I'll pick it up someday. Same thing with the 2006 Slave 1 here. I think I'll also throw it A tier. It's a pretty cool set. I think it looks really nice for the time. It gets similar to, like I said before, the shaping down really well. You get some pretty good figures with it, if I remember correctly. You get the Boba, you get the Han Solo and Carbonite, and I want to say you get like a couple bounty hunters with it as well. Either way, pretty cool set, especially for 2006 standards. I really like this thing. Again, one that I might get someday just for nostalgia purposes. First set in the S tier is going to be this Jabba's Sail Barge here. Some people might say it's better than the 2013 one. I personally wouldn't, but I understand why people would because you get like everything in one here. You get the Sarlacc pit, the skiff, and the barge all in one. I do think the build from the 2013 one is much better, but I do understand. I think this was only like $100 at the time too. I do understand, like, as far as a complete set, thinking that this for $100 is a really good deal. And again, the build does look good. Like, for 2006, this is probably the best aged build here, other than maybe the A-Wing. The A-Wing also looks very good. Next set we have here is the Imperial Star Destroyer. Now, this one is probably completely a product of nostalgia. I think I'm going to throw it top of A tier here. Now, I understand it does not look that great. If you just look at it by today's standards, it honestly looks pretty bad. But with the nostalgia goggles on, this is probably, as a kid, the set I wanted the most out of this year. The escape pod was so cool. I know this is a criticism that a lot of people have, but I thought the open bridge was really cool as a kid. And just all the play features that this thing had was so cool to me when I was younger. Now, I don't particularly care about getting it. Maybe just to have it for, again, for the nostalgia purpose. Like this whole A tier here is stuff I'd probably pick up if I found it for a good deal in good condition used, just to say I have it, to like fill that inner child in me. But none of these sets are like, by today's standards, that great. I think the S tier is like the only place that those sets will really be, but I think these are some pretty nice sets. Next set we have is the X-Wing, which I think I'm going to throw in S tier. Like I said, this is the only set from this year I do currently have together, and I actually think it looks pretty good. It holds up relatively well. Obviously, it's not as good as current X-Wings, but I do think for the time, it probably on this list, other than the two UCS sets, holds up the second best to the Sail Barge. I think the Sail Barge holds up better, but I do think this set holds up incredibly well. And I do think you got some pretty unique figures with it. I don't remember exactly what they are because those are all over the place, but I do have the build. And I just think this is a really nice set. Next set we have is the Turbo Tank. This is the exact same one from 2005 as far as I know, with the exception of, I believe this is a regular Mace Windu instead of the light up one. So I'm going to throw this one in S tier as well, like I did on the last list, but not much to talk about with that. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, go watch the 2005 video, but this one I believe is the exact same set, just without the light up figure. Next set we have is the UCS Vader's TIE Advanced here, which kind of interesting that they swapped to gray for this set, then back to blue in 2007 for the TIE Crawler, but I think I'll throw this set top of A tier. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's something that we could really really use. I think it's something that we could really need remade. Actually, I think I'm going to throw it S tier because the last set here, I'm going to throw the ATST in A tier. The ATST is a set that holds a really special place in my heart. I got the new one. I did really want this one before they remade it. Now I want it less, but this thing, it was always on. Like, they would always put, like, the big expensive set, or, like, the big UCS set, whatever you want to call it, like, the newest release, on the back cover of the LEGO magazine. And I think this one was on, like, one or two of them. And I remember just looking at this thing, like, in awe. It was so cool to me. I know it's just an ATST. Like, it's not even, like, probably top 5, like, best walkers in Star Wars. But it's, like, so cool. Like, this set was so cool to me as a kid, and I absolutely love it. It's one, if I ever find a sealed copy, I might pick it up, because I don't particularly want the build at this point, but it might be one that I just... This might be the first set I ever buy sealed to collect sealed. Like, this is probably, like, the one set that I never got as a kid that I wanted the most. I don't know why. I know it's weird, but that's just the way I was. So yeah, that is all for this list. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.